Hey folks. How are you? I'm well, thank you. How are you? Oh my goodness. Hey Salman, how's it going? So, as you may or may not have noticed, it is the last day of Wawad. And listen, I gotta be straight with you. I've been super busy at work. I've been totally not keeping up with it, like, at all. I have not written any stories. I don't even know what everyone else has been writing, if anything. Salman the Fish says, wait, Mike is actually working during the intro. This is legendary. Okay, that was one-time thing, all right? I'm not that bad on mics. Come on. Oh, man. All right, we need some music all up in here. Let's get some music going. I need some, like, I don't know, panicky music. Epic boss battle. Yeah, fitting. The legend of the working intro link. Alright. Songs will be sung of this day 1,000 years from now. Oh man. Alright, look. Look, you guys. Here's the thing, right? So, I have not written any stories. This is a whole month of stories that have not been written, and this needs to be corrected. So, that's kind of loud. Anyways, what's the plan? All right. Wait, I'm kind of loud, or the music's kind of loud? Because I just turned down the music a bit. Okay. Hello, Oropai. Welcome. Okay, so now let's go check out on the wiki the write a world a day thing page. Or it could not load. That works too. Okay, so for those not in the know, this is where all the stories from the Write a World a Day event are collected. Looks like there are not any since world number 15, but that's okay. We're still gonna write all of them right now. I have like an hour to go. It's 10:50 p.m. Event ends tonight at midnight. I presume. So, okay. Your face palm is gone. Oh, my face is gone. All right, there we go. Problem solved. Well, there's not 28 prompts. Wait, there's not? Are they there and just like not there in the Oh, there hasn't been any since February 25th. Dang. All right. Well, I guess that's less stories I have to write. All right. So, let's start backwards. We're going to start with world number 18, Mars. What do I know about Mars in the PCG universe? Alright, inhabitants. We've seen at least 2 human brothers with weird hats. We've seen a strange being named Blorm. Is this Blorm? I think this guy might be Blorm. Either way, we've got a sentient jetpack, which is this guy over here. Alright. We've got at least 1 heavy-nosed troll, but that's a species that came from Earth. And a humanoid race called Yak people. So clearly I want to know who what the heck Blorm is. But what are we gonna? All right, we're gonna like brainstorm a story. Oh, whoops, sorry. That's spoilers. That's like spoilers for the PCG theory video I was thinking about. All right, so let's get an outline of this this thing going here. First of all, I can get some like actual like music. Nah, not that one. Dang it. Someone says, I'm so glad tomorrow's an online day for school so I can stay up for this stream. Yes. Excellent. All right. So let's do this. All right. So what do I want to do here? I'm just going to brainstorm ideas. This is kind of how I do stuff. When I need to do stuff quick, I like make a Word document and I like, just write down my ideas. And as I write them down, they usually start turning into stuff. So hopefully, you guys will enjoy seeing my creative process. If not, you will be very bored. So hopefully it is the former. Creative Carson says, I've not had any inspiration or confidence for anything to make PCGs. I've been so lazy. I think I'm kind of sick of making them. Oh, man, that sucks. Well, listen, if you're sick of making them, you don't got to make them. Just enjoy what other people do, Until, if you come up with an idea, make it. If not, don't worry about it. Someone says, it's okay, Carson. That happens. You can totally take a break and just make whenever you feel like. Yes, exactly. Okay, so what do we want to do here on Mars? What's interesting about Mars? Well, thing number one that's interesting to me about Mars is that all right, hold on. First of all, I need to be closer to this so you guys can see it better. All right, there we go. In the real world, Mars doesn't have people on it. So why does it in the PCG universe? Not PCG University. Oh, question mark. Okay. So why does it? I mean, it has lots of different people. Some seem to be immigrants. Others are natives. One major difference is Grand Fresnel. Maybe it has something to do with Grand Fresnel. Because Grand Fresnel is a moon of Mars, and he is not there in the real world. So his presence there, might be what changed Mars. We do know that in the real distant past of Mars probably had liquid water, but, and probably might have even had oceans of liquid water, and it's possible life could have developed, but then those oceans dried up because Mars, hold on, I feel like I need a background for this while I'm talking. Wet Mars. Yeah, here we go. Here's an illustration of what Mars might have looked like. Yeah. So this dried up because Mars doesn't have the same protection from the sun as we have. Earth has a magnetic field that protects us, but Mars's magnetic field kind of sucks, and because of that, Mars's atmosphere thinned out, and the water was able to be lost to space. So maybe that's the difference. Maybe that's what I like. Maybe Grand Fresnel protects Mars from the solar wind, and that's why life can still exist in the PCG universe on Mars. Okay, so that's a cool idea. I like that, but how does that get me a story? First of all, this music is not looping. What is the problem with this? I can't have Discord, and I want to be in one of your streams, so how can we work this out? Email me maybe, zachamorp209@gmail.com. That email address is in my about page on this YouTube channel. Anyway, so Creative Carson says, I'm going to do more, I promise. Okay, awesome. I know the feeling, Creative Carson. I've been wanting to do so much more myself, but I have had a lot to do at work, and it's been frustrating, but okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my job a lot. It's a really good job, but sometimes, sometimes you get overwhelmed. Someone says Grand Fresnel must be super close and have a huge impact on Mars because you can literally see it from the surface. Yes, that is true. That is very true. It must be very close. Well, either very close or very big. But I would lean more towards the very close angle. That is true. He probably is very close. I mean, yeah, and look, Mars' sky is like a pink to green gradient in the PCG universe. But okay, yeah, if he was very close, what would that mean? That's a really good idea, Salman, because if Grand Fresnel was very close, then you'd probably have really strong tides. Like way stronger than tides on Earth, meaning water, there'd be places where water could like rise by a lot. Like a lot. But what do I do with that? Well, one possibility is if the tides rise that high, that brings us to sort of PCG-like situation, because if the tides are rising that high, maybe there's structures that are built, you know, such that you can be inside of them at low tide, but then at high tide, the water rises all the way to the top of the building. Why would that exist, though? I don't know. But I can see a PCG-like situation where you're sort of like trapped in the bottom of that building, and as the water's rising, you have to get to the top of it. But why would you have to do that? But okay, so anyway, if the tides rise that high, you could have be in a building and have to escape it. We'll do the economy thing after this, HMB. Okay. So if you, all right. Okay, what if we've got a prisoner who's imprisoned at the bottom of that building, and you have to escape, but the tide's coming in, so water is rising. Okay, that's an idea, but it needs something else interesting to make it a story. Does anyone know Cami Fanny? Yeah. I think one of her videos, like I talked about it among a bunch of other people's videos in my Among Us PCG paper game video. But anyway, she's still around? Either way, anyway. JPG says, guess what? I made a paper game. It's called Mansion Mystery. It's about a guy named Jefferson died, and you would have to find out who killed him, and that's what I want to do in your stream. Oh, that's awesome. Like after my house, the Mansion of Mystery? After my PCG, I mean? Like a spin-off of that, or like a remake of it? Someone says, maybe Mars made their buildings to specifically survive against large tides. That's true. That's a really good point. They'd have to, right? I mean, well, they'd have to either like build on high ground, or they'd have to make buildings that are designed to like be in the water, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I gotta get this story done, so I don't have a whole lot of time. So, someone says, was Grand Fresnel always there? I mean, probably not, but the question is, how long was he there? I'm guessing he's probably, you know, like, I'm not putting this down as hard canon or anything, I'm just speculating. He's probably been there for quite a while, because if he really is the cause of Mars having a thick atmosphere and continuing to have water, then he has to have been there for a really long time, like you know, millions of years. So I mean, he could have like still been slingshotted from somewhere else in the universe very easily. I mean, Mars's current moons are captured asteroids that probably came from somewhere else. But so yeah, but I don't know. Okay, so okay, you're a dude. You're in this building, right? You gotta escape. Why? Okay, let's start writing this story. Well, let's not write it on here actually. Wait, how do I? Okay, let's write it directly in the PCG wiki to save time. We're gonna call this the escape hatch / story. Not heading. The escape hatch by Zach. Let's wait, can I guess I can't do that. Okay, I guess that's just the way it is. Okay. So wait. This guy's name is Blorm. Okay, we got a sentient jetpack, heavy-nosed troll, humanoid race called Yak People, a space lobster, and orange or red trees. It has a moon, 2 moons, one in which is Grand Fresnel, the other of which is Erlex. Okay. Okay. Glorm considered his options. He could give up and wait for... Hold on, this is too small. The water to rise. But hey... If he did, but hey, where's the challenge in that? If he did, he'd never find out if he could have escaped on time. So he sighed. So he sighed. The only option was to escape and then to save his brother, Blorm. He got up, looked around his cell. No signs of weakness in the walls. No obvious tools he could use to pick the lock. Not even with his talented lobster claws. See, cause like, this is what his species looks like. He's got like lobster claws. Okay. he'd dang. He'd have to improvise. See, this is like a trick here. See, like when you write in italics like this, it's like he's thinking that. See, like he thought, dang, you know? Anyway. Okay. We've got a couple paragraphs so far. What would he have in his cell? He had no bed. The only thing he had was the sphere, which had once contained his dinner. His final meal. The guard had brought it here naively, not realizing that Glorm would use it to escape. At least he hoped he would find a way to use it to escape. The sphere was round, so and it was too hard to be broken easily. So he couldn't he couldn't break it and use it as a lock pick. But oh gosh, why did I do this to myself? How's he gonna escape now? I wrote myself into a corner here. Someone says, oh wow, he's gonna use his lunch to escape. This is some PCG tactics. You know it, you know, this is a PCG story, so it's gotta be PCG tactics. Alright. The good news was that the sphere had a rough texture. Glorm lifted it to the ceiling and started rubbing it, grinding the plaster off the ceiling. Not fast enough to tunnel out of it, mind you, but enough to release a lot of powder. With water starting to pour onto the floor, he got one of his tentacles wet and then covered it with the dust. He then reached through the bars with his... Someone says, we're getting somewhere with this plan. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We're gonna win Wawad tonight. He then reached through the bars with his dusty tentacle. And fit it into the locking mechanism. Hold on. Never mind. My pod make a PCG a day? Oh god. Now, ordinarily, he wouldn't be able to pick the lock with just his feet tentacles. But being powdery, he knew would cause a chemical reaction in the bolorinite in the locking mechanism, which would loosen it up. So he used his lock picking skills and unlocked the cell door. He ran down the hallway, but didn't make it to the stairs. He was subsumed by water first. Wait, someone says, I believe African Worlds have something planned, but not next month. Oh man. And that would be so hard, I know. He swam the rest of the way to the staircase, then walked up onto it, then ran up the stairs. The water close behind him. Of course, at the top, the staircase looped around and around, and the water soon overtook him. But that was expected. He knew he couldn't outrun it. The point was to get as close to the top as possible before it got him. The water carried him the rest of the way up. He finally was pressed up against the bars in the ceiling. If he couldn't think of something, he'd still be trapped down here with the rising water as the tide rose. Someone says, yo, this story's getting serious. Creative Carson says, no, not really. Oh, man. HMB Tiger Games says, by the way, has anyone ever daydreamed about making the PCG community famous? Yes. Dude, HMB Tiger, like, you gotta understand, like, the PCG community just being as famous as it is now with, like, 600 subscribers and, like, multiple people making their own PCGs on places across the country and the world, this was my daydream, like, you know, before I started this channel. Like, this was just a thing with me and my friends, and now it's spreading to other people. And, yeah, like, clearly, you know, my daydreams have not limited themselves to this. So yeah, I would love to see the PCG community get famous. Of course, you know, I'd love to see so many other people adding to it and like taking their own spins on these characters and stuff like that. But you know, you never know. Maybe we'll get there one day, and then you know, who knows? Someone says, "Yay, we making his dreams come true." Heck yeah! Thank you guys. You guys the best. It's HME Tiger Games. I daydream the PCG community 1 million subs. Oh man, I don't know if we'll make it that high. You know, maybe like 2,000 or 3,000 if I'm lucky. Oh man, walk a walrus a day. I like that. I would walk a walrus every day. All right. How's he gonna get out of this one? Then he remembered he'd seen something down below. He dove under the water and swam down to get it. It was a fish whistle. He swam back up, reached the bars just as the water rose above them, and blew into the fish whistle. Then he began to drown, and choking and gagging. He desperately tried to think of something else. Tried to pry at the bars with the fish whistle, but to no avail. It was hopeless. Well, I tried, he thought. I'm glad I tried. It was a noble effort. It was fun. And what the? And then the mega sawfish arrived and sawed through the bars. He burst through them into open air at the top of the structure. He painfully gulped in the air. He'd made it. He was alive. Now to save Blorm. The end. Save. Woo! Story number 1 is complete. The escape hatch. Oh man, this is long. How did I make it this long? Alright, that's story number 1. Glorm considered his options. Okay. Alright, we good. What do we think of this story? Someone says nice story. Thank you. Okay, so that is story number 1. Now we have to go to... Alright, let's go... We're going in reverse order. Next one is Shanxi. Shanxi, I know all about Shanxi. This is the planet from... It's not even a planet from Balzac Lobotron. This is a place where there's, you know, it was once a planet, but then it was mined into oblivion, and now it's just lots of chunks of Earth with like metallic pipes connecting them, tubes or whatever. Very advanced. It's a trading port for, you know, for across the galaxy, and it's the place where you fight the final boss in Balzac Lobotron. So, I still believe you can finish the other 25 in time, no problem. Heck yeah, I can. Hey Yak, we've already finished one story, so now we're gonna do the rest. So now, all right, we have another one. This one is gonna be called Shanxi. Well, it's gonna be set on Shanxi. All right, what do I want to do on Shanxi? Okay. Okay, so let's see. No, get out of here. Okay, Shanxi story. Let's see. We have to brainstorm again. What's interesting about Shanxi? Well, you know, obviously it's awesome. But I guess what's interesting about it to me, well, I mean, beyond just that it's generally cool. I mean, like, there's a main storyline to Shanxi that we get into in Balzac Lobotron, but I don't want this to rehash that. Like, I'd like to explore, so, like, sort of like, you know, sort of flesh out Shanxi more. You know, like, I mean, we don't know much about this place other than, you know, the main thing that happens there, which is Future Lab. Why does Future Lab exist? Where did it come from? You know, what's the deal with Shanxi? How do you mine the planet that much that there's so little of it left? That means there has to be something super valuable that they were mining. I don't know if that's relevant, but... okay. HMB Tiger Game says, I know nothing about Shanxi. That's okay. Bad Dollar Signs, what's Shanxi? It is this planet over here. Shanxi. Oh, hold on. Where'd it go? Yeah, this is Shanxi. It's what's left of a planet. It's lots of little chunks of Earth or whatever. Not the planet Earth, but, you know, chunks of ground connected by metal tubes just in space. It's an interstellar trading port. Lots of people live there. People come there from all over, and there is an evil Future Lab there. It's the home of Future Labs, basically. Okay, so, someone says the world was made out of oil, and they were all robots who needed to oil their gears. I like that. Epic theory, yes. But how does it matter why it was mined? I guess what's more interesting... Okay. Maybe one of the little chunks. What if you lived on one of those little chunks? What would your life be like? You'd have a house there, but you would have to, like, to get anywhere else, you would have to go through the tubes for transit. So, okay, there's that. But it's sort of like this hyper-modernized world, but these little chunks were once pieces of the planet. So that means there's also sort of like forgotten, dismissed. There is sort of like a history there. So maybe there's something I can do with that. Maybe someone finds something buried. Maybe that thing is uncovered because they were trying to mine it even more for the precious resource. I should maximize this so it doesn't do that. HMB says, Zach, how mad would you be if some big YouTuber stole Zuvak, the character, and people think it's his? I mean, not very, honestly. I mean, that's not good. I mean, he shouldn't do that. He should give credit, but like, you know, I sort of have a different perspective on that, because like, even if he did do that, that would just be to my advantage, because like, you're bringing publicity to the character of Zuvak, and that benefits me and Chris, because we are the creators of Zuvak. I mean, well, Chris really is the creator of Zuvak, and if someone were to like just, you know, like, let's say like, I don't know, you know, what's a big YouTuber? Let you know, freaking MatPat, all right? Let's say MatPat, you know, makes a whole thing about Zuvak and it becomes his running gag and everyone thinks he created it. You know, there's going to be like 100 times more attention for Zuvak than there would have been otherwise. And some of that will come to me. And maybe he'll get the majority of it, but, you know, I mean, you could argue I was harmed by this, but, you know, on the other hand, I'm also just tremendously benefited by this, you know? Like, if he hadn't done that, my audience wouldn't have, like, tripled. So, I mean, I think it's pretty hard to argue that. I mean, like once again, should give credit, you know, but, yeah, this is something I've thought about, you know, like, I mean, you know, I would, like, in that case, I would make a video. I'd be like, hey, you know, we did create Zuvak, you know, just letting you know. You know, so, but, you know, I wouldn't make a fight about it or anything. I wouldn't because, you know, the main thing is like Zuvak is getting out there, you know, and that's cool. So I would treat that as a net positive. Even if like someone like made a Hollywood movie about Zuvak somehow, like, and we didn't see any money about it, I'd be kind of pissed about that. But even then, I'd still see it as a net positive because that's even more attention for Zuvak, you know? And it's like, my first response to a situation would not be like, you know, I'm angry, let me fight this guy. My first response would be like, ooh, this is an opportunity. I can benefit from this situation. So that's my attitude on this. Anyway, Zach, could you try to play my Zuvakatron game on a video? Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely at some point. I mean, it's just I've just been really busy lately, so it's a matter of time. I mean, there's like a lot of people who want me to play their PCGs on a video or on a stream, and like I'm like, I can't even. There's like so little time. But I do want to do that. Someone says they might find a time capsule from the past before it was mined and exposes what happened. Yes. Yak says, I love how MatPat is Zach's only reference for a popular YouTuber. No. I know lots of other popular YouTubers. I'm aware of their existence. You know? Like PewDiePie. I don't think he exists, right? That's a thing. And then there's like, who else is big? You know, I don't know. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube, let me just tell you, but I'm just like drawing a blank. I don't know, extra credits, Kurzgesagt, like, you know, I mean, like, okay, I watch science YouTube, I watch politics YouTube. I'm trying to think of some that would be relevant to you guys, like entertainment channels. I mean, I guess the like channels, like I watch nerdy channels that talk about like Star Trek and Superman, you know, a lot. I used to watch Ketwalski. I used to watch like, oh, I watch a lot of Zelda theory channels. Like there's Zeltic and Hyrule Gamer and, you know, all those guys. Masked Nintendo Bandit. Those are entertaining. So I watch a lot of those. But yeah. HMB Tiger Game says, but if nobody knows, then you wouldn't get credit. I mean, yeah, that's true. No, but see, like, I wouldn't get credit, but just the very fact that people know, like, that there's more interest in Zuvak, people are typing in Zuvak into search engines, I'm gonna inevitably come up because of that. So, like, the internet is all connected. Everything is connected. Like, there's no way, like, you know, if Zuvak suddenly becomes a huge nationwide famous thing, there's no way that doesn't bring us more attention. It may not, you know, maybe the majority of the attention goes to that new YouTuber, but we still would get more than we're getting now. So I can't see this as anything but a net benefit. Salman says, aha, I knew he would choose MatPat. He's the best. Yes, indeed, MatPat is pretty amazing. HMB Tiger Game says, I'm not trying to be unreasonable, but I would just try to make the YouTuber look bad and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid to, like, say how it happened. It's like, oh, hey, you know, he should probably give me credit, you know. I would say that, but I would also, you know, temper that with, like, you know, but, you know, what he's doing with the character is pretty cool, you know. So, you know, I would, you know, I mean, I guess that would make him look bad to some extent anyway, because, you know, he is doing that, which does, you know, look bad generally. But I would not be out to destroy his character. I would like, my attitude would be just like, hey, you know, let's work together on this, you know, like, there's no reason this has to be like a, you know, a drama, a legal suit kind of situation, you know? Anyway. Zach, you're running out of time. Oh, God, yes. Yak says, I love how Zach tries to disprove my point, but only further credits it by listing off a bunch of half-popular YouTubers among very specific communities. Okay, but they're big YouTubers, though. I mean, like, when you have, like, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, like, granted, there's specific communities, but, I mean, isn't that the whole, like, I mean, everyone has specified interests, you know, so, like, those count as big YouTubers. I mean, come on, like, compared to me, like, dude. Okay, so. Right, Shanxi story. Okay. Someone finds something buried. Something was uncovered because they're trying to make it even more for the precious resource. Okay, let's do this. Let's write. Pardon me. We're gonna title this story Gold / story. Wait, no, yeah. Come on. Gold by Zach. Zach, technically you could just change your time zone and have longer for Wawad. Ah, yes, but those are forbidden powers for Kronos, Master of Time, which, you know, when I became Kronos, I vowed never to use to distort the fabric of space-time to my benefit. So, you know, that I can't. Okay, so gold. Millie took the heavy thing out back. She sighed. It seemed like there was never time to finish her her hollow novel. Everyone kept interrupting and making her do chores. It's stupid anyway, she thought. Her parents always made her mine from their backyard, but their chunk was diminishing. Every year, bit by bit, she lost more and more space to run around and play. The same was true at school and pretty much everywhere else. It felt like the world was always getting tighter. Like there was less and less space. Why can't we just leave the backyard alone? There was no point in saying that to her parents, though. She knew what they'd say. We need the money. She grunted in annoyance. Why do we have to live on a world whose very ground is the most valuable substance in the galaxy? Someone says, whoa, parents making children mine kind of sounds like child labor. Yeah, that is true. That does kind of sound like child labor. Though not necessarily, because I mean, well, first of all, you know, like, no, I guess it is. I guess it is, because they're. Well, but you know, she doesn't have like a shift or anything. It's a chore. It's a chore. But, you know, they are going to make money on it. But, you know, it's kind of like how, you know, if you had, like, if you were a farmer, you know, the kid would help out, like help out with, you know, I don't know, tilling the soil or whatever you do. They don't like work a exact shift or whatever, but I don't know. Does that count as child labor? I mean, when I think of child labor, I do think of kids, you know, being sent to work in a coal mine. But, you know, this is not like, this is her working in her own backyard. So, and she's not like doing it, you know, like all day long. It's just like, oh, hey, we're going to market today. We need a few more things. Would you run out back and like, you know, carve off another chunk of the backyard, you know? I don't know. I don't really know the definitions. Maybe it is child labor. Maybe it is. Either way, you know, like, Shanxi is clearly a world where they've kind of left their ethics behind, so I wouldn't doubt it too much if it was child labor. Yaxis gotta go, but I'll see you in the replay. All right, dude. Thanks for joining. Okay. She felt angry, and she didn't quite know why. I mean, this was the way it had always been. She was used to it, but still, but thinking that only made her more mad. If they don't care about the backyard, why take from the edges? Why bother taking from the edges? Why not take from the middle and finish it off so nothing will be left? She pulled the machine to the middle of the floating chunk of ground upon which they lived and turned it on. Immediately, it began to destroy the ground, carving through it like butter. Good, she thought angrily. If we can't have it, might as well get rid of it. But someone says, love the thought you put into that. Thanks, dude. This is actually one of the most interesting concepts of all the stories, a world where the ground is valuable. Yeah, thank you, dude. Yeah, I like this concept too. This is a new idea to Shanxi. I like this. I'm gonna have to introduce this into Shanxi when I bring it back for Balzac Lobotron in the future. But yeah, that's what I love about Wawad. I love, you know, that you look at a world that's what's there in the PCG universe and like build on it, you know, like introduce, like extrapolate from the ideas that are there. Anyway, But then a clink. The machine had hit something a few feet below the surface. Something metallic. Probably more junk, she thought. She used the machine's suction and tried to pull the thing up. It wouldn't come. Next, she turned on the machine's drilling function again and drilled around the edges of the metallic thing. Now it loosened and she sucked it up. This time it came. It was... what the... It was big. It landed on the ground with a thud. She looked at it and blinked. It was made from ancient bronze. Yet she could tell it was high tech. Someone says, yes, it's a new medium to express your PCG ideas in a way that might be easier to explain in a story form than an actual PCG. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I love it. Oh, man. Okay. I have to wrap this up quickly. Come on. What is... what? I don't know what's going on with my computer, but okay. She brought it back to her room and set it on the floor after she'd gathered up the mineral and set it aside to be sold at market. The metallic thing had a face. It almost looked sad. No, not sad. It looked determined. She touched the face, brushing dirt off of it. As her fingers traced the side of it, they found a button. She pressed it before she realized what she was doing, and the thing came to life. That dollar sign says made with ancient bronze and had weird symbols on it. Yes. Did I say that? Or should I add that? It was covered with strange symbols she didn't recognize. Good call, bad $sign. Thank you. What's it gonna say? It began to hover. It righted itself and began to speak in a tinny voice with a bit of a staticky crackle. Preservation bot activated. It said. Hello, said, what's her name again? Millie. Millie. Greetings, said preservation bot. Who built you? No. No, he's gonna keep talking. I am a preservation bot. Please I'm a preservation bot. Yeah, she just asked who built you. What's a preservation bot? Who built you? Millie was familiar with robots, all sorts of robots, as they were common throughout C, but none like this. The government, said the bot. What government? Asked Millie, confused. The government of Shanxi. No, of... And it said something that sounded to Millie almost like Shanxi, but a bit different. Oh, 5 minutes. Oh, shoot. I don't know, you guys. It's getting kind of close. I don't think I'm going to be able to write, like, 20 more stories in the next 3 minutes. But, you know, you never know. You never know. Maybe I'll be that good. Maybe I'm that good. What do you think, you guys? Bad Dollar Sign says, wait, idea. What if Millie was a very smart kid who made robots with junk, and that bot is what her future self made? A little bit far-fetched, but you never know. You never know. I like that idea. It continued. There is a crisis. We must address it at once, or soon there will be no planet left. There already isn't, said Millie, and she opened the window and showed Preservation Bot what had become of the planet he must have been built on. Thousands of years ago. The end. I don't know how else to end that. Okay. 1 minute to go, and we've got 2 stories done. We're like 1/20th of the way there, you guys. All right. What's our next planet? All right, we got Mars and Shanxi. Next is Shri. Freak, I can't write a story about Shri in 1 minute, or can I? All right, let's do it. Let's do this. Okay, this story is gonna be called The Tree of Shri. Whoops. Okay. The Tree of Shri by Zach. Once there was a tree on Shri where Ganakos came as a kid to run around and play. He forgot about it for many years, but came back to it as an adult after his daughter Zigori was born, and she ran around and played there. It wasn't long before the family built a house near that tree. And one day, a whole citadel would be built there. I'm out of time already. It's 12:01. And for a time, the Tree of Shri was happy. Today, that the tree once again sits alone, as it has for the past 5,000 years. The end. Okay. All right, let's move this to the tree / story. Woo! The underrated Lime says, I wish that there was a paper computer games show called Paper Vengers. I don't know what that would be like, but I now wish that existed as well. The underrated Lime, you should make this show. I would watch the heck out of it, and I would definitely, you know, promote it and all that stuff, you know, as I do. But yeah, I think, you know, I think we did okay, right? I mean, right? I was able to, you know, write 3 stories in the past, you know, like hour, I guess. That's pretty decent. Am I right? At least it's something. You know, write a world a day deserves honor. I really feel that. I wish I had done more with this. I really enjoyed the stories that I wrote for it on like the first 4 days, but then I just lost track of it and never got back into it. And I wish I had. I'm glad I'm doing this stream right now, though. You know, Wawad deserves this attention. And I think even though it wasn't as successful as Dakad, you know, and there weren't as many people consistently into it, and it kind of trailed off and, you know, got forgotten about. I think it was fun while it lasted, and I definitely enjoyed it at least. So, all right. I need to not just loop the same song over and over again. Whew, is anyone still there? Oh, check that out. There's more of me like slowly appearing. Oh, check that out. There's more of me like slowly appearing. Oh, check that out. There's more of me like slowly appearing. Oh, check that out. There's more of me like slowly appearing. Okay. Enough of the fun. What are we doing? Okay. Enough of the fun. What are we doing? Okay. Enough of the fun. I'm getting distracted watching myself say stuff like going, you know, through the line like, you know, this version of me, and then this one up here, you know, and then this one, this version of me, that guy all the way back there, up here, and then this one, this version of me. Oh God, it's propagating down the line. Oh, this is inescapable. Oh God, it's propagating down the line. Oh, this is inescapable. All right, enough of that. Fun times. Whew. I don't know. Well, everyone's gone, so I guess I'll just wiki. I don't know. I'm continuing the stream, but I feel like wikiing for a bit, so I will. let's update this. Because we've now played another episode of PCG Anniversary Special, and now we know that, who else is in it? Pardon me. What happened last time? Oh, yeah. Okay, first of all, Nezareth was there. We already have Zuvak earlier up here, right? Oh shoot, we don't have Zuvak? Who else do I got? The farmer. Well, we already have him. And, oh. Ronald. The new guy. And... Fran, the squawk? How do you spell squawk? Bird squawk. WK. Okay, there we go. SQUAWK. Okay. Oh, Super Bard. The Dark Army. So I'm down to one viewer. Maybe I should end the stream. Yeah, I guess I better. I'm tired. Yeah, all right, guys. So if in case anyone's watching this on the replay, you know, sorry I'm being boring. Yeah, I guess I'm too tired to wiki. I really should have done this earlier. Thank you guys for watching. And PCG later.